Working at home and now your kids are going to school at home, it's definitely time to get things organized. Megan Ludvinsky with About Space Organizing shares 4 tips on how to make a learning space for your kids. Megan, it's so good to see you. So you have 2 kids at your home who are staying home for virtual learning, and you've set up some really good areas to help them stay organized, and you have some tips for other parents who would like to do the same.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a whole new ball game this year with virtual, and we're teaching our kids virtually from home. And I think the most important thing really is to dedicate one space to that learning environment. Make sure that it's quiet, make sure it's free of distractions. Don't put it in a high traffic area. So really think about your home and where that spot might be to just do school. Yeah, quiet, very important. And because your kid's going to be learning in that space for the entire semester, most likely.
So then what are some things, of course, they still need school supplies.
Yeah.
What are some things to organize just their desk area or wherever they're setting up their spot to learn?
So it's really important that you get all of your supplies together and in arm's reach of that quiet space that you've set up. Because you don't want to get all started in a Zoom with your teacher and then run and have to go to get a pencil or paper or whatever. Like, keep it all together. Like, really set up your learning environment just like you would in school. You know, you've got your desk with your paper and your pencils, and my kids have crayons and markers, and have it all right there. And if you are limited on space, don't forget you can go up. So there you can install little shelves, you can install little anything hanging that'll just go on the wall so that you can have more space for you to learn.
And we have a few pictures of what your space is for your kids, but describe it a little bit about how you kind of organize and set up their area.
Yeah, so we have just a little random nook in our house right outside of our playroom. And we installed a bunch of Alpha shelving and desks. And what's great about Alpha is the desk you can put at any height. So it's going to grow with our kids. Hopefully we will only be virtually learning this year, but you know, it's always great to have a space in your home that you can do all of your homework and get away and focus. We have all the supplies there that they might need. Everything is labeled because that's really important. You know, if you can't find your markers because they're in with the colored pencils, like, it's a problem. You know, these are little things that will frustrate children. So have it, you know, clean and organized and labeled and ready to go.
And you're telling me that you also have like a separate area for like a library space or just other areas as well. Talk more about those.
So I learned this when we did virtual learning last time. It's so important if you have the space in your home to sort of dedicate little areas for other activities. My kids need to go jump on a mini trampoline for like 10 minutes. They're very high energy. And so I have a trampoline set up in my son's room. And so I can, you know, if they're not able to focus, I can send them there and go do, you know, time it on Alexa and 10 minutes on the mini tramp. Then I also set up a little library so they can sort of get away into a little corner of the playroom. All their books are there. I've basically gathered all of the kids' books and put 2 giant beanbags there. And they can just sit there and read, or they can get their device and listen and have like a listening station, listen to books from the library. So any sort of interest your kid has, try to make a little area for them to do that that's away from their learning space.
And of course, these kids will probably need help with homework or learning. And so that means a parent's going to be near them. Another teacher who's coming in home to teach will be near them. So maybe a space for the adult to near the child.
Yes, we set up actually like we're calling it the teacher's area. So it's just a space where, because we have a learning pod, so we'll have a lot of kids at the house, a space where the teacher can see all the kids like at one glance and sort of keep tabs on them if they're all doing virtual learning at the same time. So it's really important to have that really close to where your learner is getting their virtual information so that you can help. Because again, I have small children and they call it a learning partner. So make sure that you can sit with them and that there's space for you to actually be there and help them. Because if it's uncomfortable, you're not gonna want to sit there and help them through their hour-long lesson. So make sure you've got space for mom or teacher.
Megan, is there any other tips or advice that you have for virtual learning and just staying organized?
Gosh, all I can say is good luck to everybody. It is a whole new ball game for all of us. And we are all doing the best that we can with what we have. And yeah, my heart's going out to every parent and teacher that's doing this at home right now.
Same. Good luck to you, Megan, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Ansley.
And for more tips and information from Megan, you can go to her website at aboutspaceorganizing.com.